What's up, guys? Thanks for checking out another episode of Kenny's Record Collection. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I had a really good weekend myself. I went to some off-the-radar spots and I found some really good records for really good prices. I'm always out hunting. I go all over the place. You know, I get up early before the kids and my wife are awake. I go out running around for a couple hours, come back, have breakfast. You know, got to get there early. But I want to start the episode off by shouting out someone I met through YouTube. His name on here is ZepPearl. I'm going to put a link for him right there. ZepPearl. Go follow him. He loves rock. He loves metal. He's into all kinds of good stuff. He's always getting new records, doing unboxings, checking them out. So, yeah, so let me get to the records that I found. I think you guys are going to dig. First one right here. David Bowie, Another Face. This is an early 80s compilation, German compilation. Came out on Decca, but it's his early recordings from 1964 up to like 68, 69, when he got signed by Duram Records. So this is stuff that he actually did early in his career. His first group was Davy Jones and the King Bees, right? And it's got their first single on here, Eliza Jane and Louie Louie Go Home. And a lot of other songs that he recorded in the 60s as a solo artist and with other groups. It's got a little synopsis on the back. I mean, it's got so many different images of him on the cover, which I love. I mean, if I see anything David Bowie, I buy it no matter what. I don't question. So that's that one. Here we go. You know this guy, that's Billy Idol. His first band, Generation X, punk band from the 70s. Really good stuff. I don't have this album. I've never even come across it before. So I was psyched to see this. Very cool. I never heard it, so it's called Valley of the Dolls. It's got that nice price sticker. I think this is probably like a second pressing. It's got a barcode on it, but good stuff. I mean, when you're paying like $2 a record, it's all gravy. This, The Clash's, first album. This is the, American release, so it's a lot different than the UK version, which I don't have that, and one day I do have to get it. This is supposed to come with a 7-inch also, but it's not in there, unfortunately. But the record is really clean, and it's got some of my favorite songs on here. So it's always a score. I mean, I love it. My copy that I've always had of this, I lost the record itself. I've had the sleeve laying around my house for years. I had it in a frame and I put the record somewhere and I don't know what I did with it. It's killing me. One, I'll probably find it today. It'll probably turn up. I'll pull out some random record that I haven't touched. So yeah, psyched to have that. This. Who finds this just out in the wild? It's crazy. Yeah. Unbelievable, right? SSD, How We Rock. If you're not familiar with this record, SSD is a Boston hardcore band, really big in the early 80s. And, they were touring across America. This is their, I think, second album. They put out a lot of 7-inches, and I'm not an aficionado on them. But this record got a lot of heat when it came out from, hardcore and punk people saying that they sold out and they went metal. Especially because of the cover, resembles Judas Priest album. But basically, the guitarist Al Bareil said that he designed this cover based on them touring across the United States and how just like desolate it is. Most people think of the United States as these bustling cities. But when you're driving across country, playing shows, just random shows, this is what most of the country looks like. So this was like a radio copy. You can see some radio station, WYBL, written on there. But I was psyched to find this. Not a rare record, but it's random to find it. This, I know nothing about. The cover just looks badass. Okay? Mercenary Activity, Ralph and the Brave Advisors. I mean, I bought this solely based on the cover. if anybody knows what this is or anything about this group, I believe it's some kind of jazz fusion. Yeah, let me know in the comments like what it is, because it looks sick. The guy just looks like a Che Guevara type dude, or whoever. I mean, whatever. This is the record. It's a small label, multi-sound. Ralph and the Brave Advisors. I mean, whew. All right, here's something I found that I love. Jimmy Smith, The Sermon, okay? Blue Note. I mean, if I see anything on Blue Note, I grab it. I mean, you don't need me to tell you. When you see something Blue Note for a good price, just grab it. It's got Lee Morgan, Lou Donaldson, George Coleman, Kenny Burrell, Eddie McFadden, Art Blakey, and Donald Bailey. I mean, and Tina Brooks. Unbelievable. All right. Speaking of Blue Note, pretty cool. But speaking of Blue Note, one of my favorite bands, the Bad Brains, they're releasing small batch numbers of their early albums, all with a Blue Note style treatment. It's called Punk Note. So picture a cover like this, but with HR on it. You know, they took like the Blue Note vibe and applied it to the early Bad Brains, because Bad Brains own all their masters now. They got all their stuff back except for 1 or 2 albums. They're still trying to get Eye Against Eye back. So we'll see if they ever get... SST owns that one. Next record. All right. Fred Wesley and the JBs, Breaking Bread. This is a great album. Oh my God. Funky, soulful. It's, you know, it's beat up, but whatever. My original copy of this I lost in Hurricane Sandy, along with so many other records that I talk about. But this is a lot of fun to listen to. It's got some breaks on it. Some familiar samples, you know, for you hip-hop heads. You know, I grew up listening to everything, and, you know, I would love to find samples and loop them. I don't do that anymore, but that was something I used to be big into. Here's another record that I love, okay? Roy Ayers and Ubiquity, Red, Black, and Green. This is a classic. I mean, just... the vibes are just amazing. You know what I mean? Roy Ayers just kills it. The vibraphone he plays, or the xylophone, however you want to call it. It's just, you know, he went a little disco in the later 70s, but the early records, like He's Coming and this one, Red, Black, and Green, it's just amazing. And look at that cover. Iconic. Here's some other ground that I'm getting into that I don't really know that much about. Muddy Waters. I mean, this original Blues Cat, I mean, this was probably, I don't know when this was released. I'm trying to look for a quick date on the back. This was probably late 60s, after like the blues revival. You know, all the British dudes started just crediting Muddy Waters as one of their big influences, like Clapton and Jimmy Page and just, you know, Keith Richards. They were all just giving major props to this dude. And they kind of, you know, they brought him back around for a while. And he was putting out a little more rock-influenced stuff. This is called After the Rain. You know, I grabbed it, and the price tag has a lot of relevance to me. Venus Records, that was one of my spots as a young kid. 13, you know, we would go to the city, 13, 14, 15. Me and my brother and my friends, we would go into Manhattan. 8th Street had like 6 different record stores. Venus, It's Only Rock and Roll, Second Coming, a few other spots. And we would go and just grab records for like $1, you know? We would buy all kinds of stuff. And I love that price tag. Venus, just, it takes me back to when I was a kid. It's on Cadet. Cadet's a great label. You know, if you see anything on Cadet, grab it. This record I bought solely, not only because of, but I already have a copy of this. I bought it for the hype sticker. Look at that. If there's a hell below, we're all gonna go. Opening track on this album. Curtis Mayfield. I believe it's his first solo album. after the Impressions. This is just an amazing album. If you don't have it, get it, okay? The song Move On Up alone, it's an extended like 12-minute version, and it's just the happiest song, the most positive, you know, PMA. Like it's just, it's great, all right? So I bought this though because I already have another copy, but without the hype on it, and the hype is just great. It's got a cool gatefold. It's a little crusty, I'm not gonna lie. It's you know, it's got a little stain, but yo, I don't care. Here's another great record. Oh my God, like I always say, I'm no jazz expert. I'm entry level, but when I see stuff that I know, I grab it, and this is Miles Davis in a Silent Way. What? This is known as one of his greatest. And I think one of those like Mo-Fi reissues just came out not that long ago of this. Like a one-step version or whatever the heck. I mean, I don't know much about that high-end stuff. You know me, I'm just digging in the crates. But I found this, and it's a promo. It's got the timestamps for a radio station. You know, not the greatest quality condition, but I don't listen to the covers. I listen to the records, and like the record is first pressing as far as I know. Record is clean like a washing machine, you know? Love it. So, gonna enjoy listening to these all week long. And then this is the craziest. And if you knew how much I spent on this, you're gonna wanna kill me. But I was in the right place at the right time. That's all I gotta say. You gotta go out there. You gotta make contacts. You gotta just follow every... All right. You gotta follow every lead. And this, I got lucky. Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, all right? Blue Note label. This is a second pressing. It's got the 43rd Street label, but it has a trademark under Blue Note, and supposedly the original doesn't have the trademark, but whatever. You know, I'm no high-end collector, but I buy stuff that I like, and it's got Lee Morgan on it, Benny Golson, Bobby Timmons on the piano. Good friend of mine is Bobby Timmons. Big shout out to him. Miss you, bro. Jamie Merritt, I can't say it right. Jamie Merritt on the bass, and Art Blakey on the drums. I mean, this is unbelievable. Actually, I have the record sitting on my turntable right now. Check that label out. Beautiful. Oh, it's not... No, 47th Street. I'm sorry. No, 47 West 53rd Street. Pretty cool. And then the B-side label doesn't say 47 West 63rd. So you tell me. I don't know, like, I'm no expert, all right? So I had some other pickups at another estate sale I went to. Other jazz stuff. I go all over the place. I'm telling you, you got to be in it to win it. Stan Getz and Joao Gilberto. I don't know this record. I don't claim to know it. But, you know, I saw it and I know it's got to be good. So I grabbed it. Condition's not so great. There's another Tito Puente. Growing up in New York, you hear everybody talking about Tito Puente. I'm no expert on anything Tito Puente, okay? But I know that his stuff is supposed to be great. So I figured, hey, if I'm gonna spend $1, might as well get it, you know? Nirvana, wait. That don't look like Kurt Cobain. That ain't Chris Novoselic. That's not Dave Grohl. Yeah, no, this is Jazz Cats. Buddy Rich, Zoot Sims, Bucky Pizzarello, Milt Hinton. Pretty sick. This is on the Groove Merchant label, which is very cool, very sick. The record is in pretty good shape. How to get it. Bob Brookmeyer and Friends. Another one I bought based on, I know these names. Stan Getz, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Gary Burton, Elvin Jones. Elvin Jones, I used to have a great record called On the Mountain. I either lost it in that flood or my friend Pat has it. Pat, if you have that record, let me get it back. I think I lent it to him like 25 years ago because it's got some sick drums on it and he plays drums. All right. This I just grabbed, you know, hip hop, early hip hop on the Enjoy label. It's called the Pacman. I'm the Pacman. Not sure who the actual real rapper is. But you know, I like to buy early hip hop on the Enjoy label. This is something I grabbed from my friend Matt's store. Shout out to Matt. He's got a store in Baldwin, New York. It's called Glory Bees. He's got a spot down in the basement, and he's always got cool records. Go there and dig. You can find some cool stuff there. And, you know, he's not out to kill anybody with the price. This is a real clean copy of this. Jazz at the Philharmonic. Bird and Prez, the 46 concerts. So, you know, this is that pre-50s jazz. Not like that hard bop that most of us probably like, but this is a little earlier. And it's, you know, a 70s reissue on Verve. And, you know, it's got the promo labels. Double record, so I'm gonna check that out this week. So yeah, those were my pickups for this week. So yeah, let me know what you think. If you know anything about any of those records, leave me a comment, you know, say what's up. I'm always down to talk about these records, talk about anything related to vinyl. So yeah, if you can, subscribe to me, check out my other videos. Go follow ZepPearl. I'll put his link at the end. And yeah, that's it. Have a good day, guys. Thanks.